He's just gonna read some stuff to you. It makes it legal for us to talk to you, okay?
So like I told you when I met you at the jail, my name's Eric. I'm a detective here with Broken Heart Police. Like she told you from injury, I know she's a detective also. We just want to spend some time, maybe talk and discuss some things and maybe ask you some questions, let you ask us some questions and make sure we're all comfortable with what's going on and then we'll go from there. That sounds good. Okay, so you probably heard or seen this on TV before, but it's your notification of rights, it's your Miranda rights. And so I'm gonna read them to you, but I wanna sit here where you can see the paper, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read 1 through 5 right here. And so I'll read them and you kind of can look at it with me. I wanna make sure you understand all these. You have the right to remain silent. You do not have to answer any questions or make any statement. Anything you say can and will be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before we ask you any questions. And you have the right to have a lawyer with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one, the court will appoint one for you before you are asked any questions. It's hard to read it sideways. If you want to answer questions now without a lawyer being present, you may do so. You have the right to stop answering questions at any time. So you understand what those are saying? Basically, if you want an attorney, just tell me. If you don't like any of the questions I ask, just tell me to stop. If you get uncomfortable, we'll stop whenever you want. Okay, you're in control. Does that sound good? Okay. So what I want to do is I'm going to read this waiver to you right here, and you look at it as I read it to you because I want to make sure you understand it. It says, I have read the statement of my rights shown above. I understand what my rights are. I'm willing to answer questions and make a statement. I do not want a lawyer present at this time. I understand and know what I am doing. No promises or threats have been made to me, and no pressure of any kind has been used against me. So
What we just heard sets a chilling tone. This young suspect, barely out of high school, is about to unravel a story of unthinkable violence. As the detective reads the Miranda rights, you can sense the weight of what's coming, a planned attack on their own family. It's hard to fathom how someone so young could be involved in something so dark. The calmness in the suspect's voice is eerie, almost detached, as they waive their rights. What drives someone to this point? Let's dive into their story and try to understand the unimaginable.
You know, I'm just kind of got thrown into this, so I was hoping maybe you could kind of just go back at the beginning when all this started and kind of tell me what happened, because I need kind of the details so we know and understand what you went through and stuff.
Okay, from the very start.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, about like 2 months ago
Okay.
is when we first really started talking.
So when you say we, who are you talking about?
Me and my other brother is also.
Your brother?
Yeah, who's the husband.
And what's his name?
Robert.
Robert? Okay. And how old is he?
18.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
A couple months ago, I think back to the start of this year, we started talking about voodoo and rampage and stuff like that.
Okay.
I didn't take it seriously at first, but then he started buying like body armor and stuff.
Where did he buy body armor from?
eBay and Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, legal.
Does he have a job?
He did at my tech. He quit this ago. And basically, it just kept escalating. He kept getting burned, and he asked if I wanted any, and I said yes, so he got me my own set.
Okay.
And then about a month, about like June 30th, is when he came to me and said he found out that he can legally buy guns without permit in Oklahoma, that he could.
Okay.
And that's when he started planning. And
Now you said he bought body armor, but you kind of said like a bunch of stuff. Did he buy, what else did he buy besides body armor?
Besides body armor, knives, and he was in the middle of buying guns and ammunition.
I see. Okay. Where did he buy the knives from?
eBay too.
Okay. Can you tell me like how many knives or what they look like or anything like that?
I think he had about 3 normal knives and then 1 small cannon packs.
Okay. And then the guns, where did he start buying guns from?
He bought them online. I think the website's like Bud's Gun Shop, and he bought 2 Glocks, 2 Glock 41, and a shotgun. I forget, it's like a Mossberg, I think. Bought the Glocks off of a website called Bud's Gun Shop, I think.
Okay.
And he bought the Mossberg off of the official website, and then had them shipped to like Yokohama Gun giving out gun clubs. There were actually a guy now waiting for him
So they were shipped to
to a gun shop.
here in Broken Arrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
And there were,
Where is that gun shop, do you know?
he said 7 miles away. He was planning on biking up.
Okay,
It's like and I think it's next to Get Mall. It's like a Get Now gun shop
okay,
or something. And then he bought, I think it was like 250 shotgun rounds
okay.
on eBay, not eBay, but on some
On
website.
some website.
Then I think he bought close to 1,000 rounds for the Glocks.
Wow, okay.
And
But he
because
still,
they had it,
oh, so he was supposed to have to pick that up.
yeah, it was supposed to come up today.
And where was he supposed to pick those?
The ammunition was being shipped to the house. The guns were given out gun shop.
Do you know what his eBay user was? No.
No.
Okay. I just didn't know if you'd ever been on eBay and shopped or anything.
Well, I used to a long time ago, not like, novelty stuff.
So then so we gotta try to kind of stay like chronologically, if you know what I mean. So let's go back real quick. We talked about the ammunition being delivered, making plans. Tell me more about making plans and what you guys talked about.
Making plans, we plotted every night, and I started realizing we were actually going to do this thing on the second night, and so I started getting ready.
When was that? You said second night, what do you?
July 1st,
Okay.
because we started June 30th.
That's when you started making the plan?
Yeah, that's when we found out you could buy guns legally.
I see. Did you guys make drawings or write things down?
I
Or
think he had a journal, basically writing his ideas down, I think it's under his bed.
under his
I haven't
bed?
checked out.
Is it like a journal, like a notepad or like
Yeah.
a book?
It's like a blank book,
Okay.
a black book, I think it's like a little case.
So you think he wrote stuff in there?
Yeah, I think he was planning it.
So then the second day, you said that's when you realized that it might actually happen?
Yeah.
What made you realize that?
How serious he was. I mean, he was going through, he started planning on taking all of his money out of his bank and throwing away stuff, throwing away all his stuff, so you know,
Why did he want to do it?
kill people.
Yeah,
Well, mainly 2 reasons, I think. It's because he just he says he hates everyone. He thinks society is pointless, and so he wanted to kill people.
yeah,
And also he wanted to beat the kill amount of other famous people like Columbine and James Egan Holmes.
okay. Did you kind of feel that way too, like when you guys were talking earlier,
Yeah,
do you have a problem with society too, you think?
no, I just
Or you were just more like the number of people getting killed was kind of interesting and
I wanted to-
exciting?
Yeah.
Okay. So, because you mentioned a couple names are those like serial killers or something?
Well, like Columbine,
Yeah,
Columbine and James Egan Holmes. James Egan Holmes is a guy that shot at the theater.
in Colorado?
Yeah, he killed 12, and
Wow. How many were killed in Columbine?
Columbine, I don't know, like 15, I
Okay.
think.
So did you guys have a goal? Did you have a number?
He just wanted, I think he wanted to kill like 50.
Okay.
I have a goal.
So so as the planning goes, tell me what plans you started making and coming up with.
Well, originally, I think kind of stayed steady throughout the month. Is we wanted to kill everyone at the house first,
Okay.
and then wait for all the packages to show up over the weekend. And then we take the Yukon and we drive our state with the guns and start
Okay.
killing, rampaging.
Did you know where you were gonna drive to?
Towards Washington.
Washington State or DC?
Washington State. It was Washington State.
Why would you go to Washington State?
It's
Never-
kind of
just
the,
never
yeah,
been
it's
there?
just kind of the direction you land on.
And you said Yukon, did your parents have like a Yukon, is that what it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a large Yukon XL.
Does Robert have a driver's license?
He has a motor's board.
Okay. So he would be able to drive it. Can you drive if you had to?
No, I couldn't.
Well, you can play video games, surely you can drive a car.
It's a different.
Just not very well. I mean, you could get it from point A to B. You might hit some things on the way, but okay. So you had knives at first on the family,
It was nice.
because the guns weren't gonna be here till later on?
Yeah, and the guns would be too loud.
Oh, I see.
So, going to use the knives on the family, which obviously did not go as planned. I
Yeah,
think,
yeah,
I just hope the rest of us were not, like, we didn't put more people out there.
yeah. Did, so then you picked a date, you said?
Yeah, which was yesterday night, it was the date.
Did you pick a time and everything?
Yeah, midnight, when most everyone was in bed except for Mom.
So how did you guys know? He just came and got you, or you got him, or what'd you guys do?
We were hanging out, bed and waiting.
Okay, and so
How'd you pick the date?
It was holding out with the packages and stuff we have, because all the ammunition, he didn't want them to see that. So we killed him the day before the ammunition got held, the day after New Year's.
do you guys not like your mom and dad? I mean, are they, I mean, most teenagers don't like their parents, so I can understand that.
Yeah, I mean, Mom was okay, but Dad was a little bit,
Just a little bit too much.
Yes.
So you guys waiting in the room,
Mm-hmm.
and was it right when midnight, and that's when things started?
Right at midnight, my sister, she came in, because she was getting to go to bed, she came in to tell us.
How was,
13.
okay,
She came in to tell us that Mom wanted us to get the kitchen done before we went to bed and put the cats up. And it's basically, we did what we planned. I got to my desk, and had to look at something to this guy to roll up, but went up behind to grab to and slip with you.
really? What did he use?
His large red knife.
Okay, a large red knife?
Yeah, it's like
How
mine.
big is it?
It's like mine, only red. So.
Oh, I see.
And then she fell to the ground screaming. Mom and Dad, Mom came in first, and then she
Is your room upstairs or something? I don't know, I haven't been to your house, so I don't know.
Our room is downstairs. It's towards the back.
Okay. And so she fell down and started screaming.
Yeah, well, I kept stabbing her. I kind of freaked out because,
Mhm.
I wasn't planning on
Were you
this.
saying anything, or, I mean,
I just stood there.
okay,
And then Mom came in yelling, call the police. And then he went over and stabbed her.
then he stabbed her?
Yeah, he probably stabbed her, pushed her, further down the hallway, and got up and ran.
Okay.
She ran out the door.
Okay, so she sat down at your desk, and he slit her throat, you
Well, she was
said?
standing at my desk
Oh,
and
I
came up
see.
behind and slit her throat, and then she fell down screaming.
And then he stabbed her some more? When he was stabbing her some more, where was he stabbing her?
Her neck,
Oh, at her
her
neck,
neck and stomach.
stomach, okay.
And then my mom came in and she started yelling, call the police, get Dad. And then he came over and started attacking her. And he actually got up and ran out the field too.
Wow,
And once Mom was on the ground, he got up and started chasing after her.
and what were you doing?
Standing
Did you
there.
come out in the hallway?
No, I was just standing in the room. In the process, I don't know what I was doing.
So he stabbed your mom with the same knife, and where did he stab her?
I think in the neck too.
Okay.
And no, actually, he stabbed her in the neck, pushed her into the kitchen, and then tried to slip with her. She started screaming and ran into the family room. At the same time, he and left the house.
Okay,
I went over and disabled the alarm.
okay.
That's what I did. And then he
Where's
ran.
the pad for your alarm?
It's not the front door.
It's what?
It's now the front door.
Near the front door?
Yeah, and so I went over and disabled the alarm so it wouldn't,
But has she already gone outside?
She went outside and then Robert went after her.
So where did she,
She was laying in the driveway and he took her back from, the bench, from the road, and started choking her.
on the bench out front?
Yeah, it was like a little bench, and he threw the bench on her and went back inside to go after the little kids.
Did he bring her in, or did she stay out there?
She stayed out there until he asked me to bring her in. I ran out. I had to go her inside. That's why she was in the getaway. I had to go her inside.
Oh, you brought her back in.
Yeah,
Was she
she's-
still alive?
Yeah, she was still screaming. And then at about the time, Dad came down
Okay.
because his bedroom's upstairs, and he went back in the police area where Robert was. Police area, that's what they call it. A room. And they started attacking Dad. They got a little bit of a fight, but then eventually, Robert got him down, and I think he killed him.
Did he cut his throat too? Where did that happen?
In our room.
In your room?
Yeah.
And, where were you?
I was standing in the hallway.
Okay. So did you see him cut your dad's throat?
Yeah.
Did he stab him other places too?
I don't know, I think he just meant with it through. And
And where was, she was in the entryway?
yeah, she was I think she was in the interview at that time, and then he went in, and Daniel was in his room, which is, you know, down the hall, and I was like, let me,
How old's Daniel?
I think it's 12,
Okay.
and I was like, let me in, and he let me in. He was sitting there on the phone with the police. I grabbed the phone, which is my phone, he got my phone, and then I ran into the kitchen, and I smashed the underground. So,
Which was your phone?
yeah, it was my phone.
Ugh. I don't have a cell phone anymore.
And then I went back down, and and Daniel and Christopher locked himself in the bathroom, Daniel locked himself in Dad's office.
Okay.
And then I finally got both of them to open the door, because they thought I wanted in there to see.
But they were in different rooms?
Yeah, they're right next to each other, right?
Oh, I see.
And then, Robert went in and stabbed him, they went in and, stabbed Christopher, that's when I stabbed Christopher.
So when he stabbed Daniel, where did he stab
I
Daniel?
think he, shanked him in the neck, and then Daniel ran off, and so I went in and started attacking Christopher.
So Daniel got stabbed in the neck and ran off?
Yeah.
Where did you run to?
He ran into the family room, but Mom ended up, she was laying on the ground yelling, call 911.
Okay. And he stopped in there?
Yeah, he collapsed in there, and then Margot came in and started stabbing him in the chest.
Oh, I see.
Then,
And then who's the youngest, the 4-year-old?
the 4-year-old, I don't know what happened with her, I hope she's alive, right?
I'm sorry, maybe I messed up. The one that you stabbed, who was that?
Christopher.
Christopher, that's what I'm trying to
He's
say.
8-year-old, I think.
He's 8,
10.
and he was in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So Daniel had got stabbed in the neck, ran out to where your mom was.
Yeah. and-
Robert followed him, stabbed him some more.
Yeah, after we stabs Christopher in the bathroom.
Oh, I see, okay.
And then basically after that, everyone was pretty much dead. We forgot about all.
Who was dead?
Everyone, I think,
Okay.
looks like they were dead, except for she was laying in the interview screaming, and that was a knock at the door.
So
The planning revealed here is horrifying.
You guys had talked about.
These brothers weren't just
murder.
angry, they were
And he
obsessed
started
with
playing
infamy,
Okay.
inspired by notorious killers like those at Columbine. The journal, the weapons, the goal of a high body count, it's a calculated descent into evil. What's striking is how they saw their family as mere obstacles to a larger, twisted legacy. This isn't just a crime, it's a betrayal of everything family stands for.
It's green.
How does a hatred for society grow so deep that it consumes even those closest to you?
Okay.
Someone knocked at the door, I think that might be the neighbor, because the police wouldn't have been there yet. And then they just kept knocking on the door, so we turned around, I grabbed on, put my soft vest and heavy vest on, I was carrying the plates, I put my helmet on, and then we went out the back door of Darren's office, climbed over the fence, went down into the park, and started cutting through the woods.
Okay.
We both collapsed. We were just sitting there, and they found us.
That's how you got kind of dirty and stuff, dirt on you. So you guys collapsed. Were you just kind of hiding out?
Yeah, we were just laying in a little ditch thing in the woods, and then we saw the light, and we lay down, and the dog came
And then
over.
did you hear the dog coming?
Mm-hmm. I heard them coming, I saw them coming, and then they started yelling, and put your hands up.
Mm-hmm.
And I stepped on my head and handcuffed me.
Okay.
Can you okay, I'm a little bit lost, I think because there's too many people in this house. There's you, there's Robert,
Yeah,
okay, you're 16, he's 18. Then who's next?
yeah, she's the third oldest. She was the first one.
Okay, and then Daniel,
And then Christopher,
then Christopher,
and then Victoria.
Victoria,
And then,
she's 4.
yeah, Victoria. So
Okay, and what's mom's name?
April.
April?
April Beverham, unmarried maiden name, I think you call it, is Sharp.
Sharp?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and Victoria's 4,
Mm-hmm.
and then what's dad's name?
David.
David? Okay.
David.
And then, are there any other kids? How many kids is that? That's,
Then there was, she's a baby, she's about to turn 2 toddler. She was up in her bed. I think I was 3 he forgot about her, and I think she stayed asleep until the police came, and I saw them get her out, so she's okay.
Was,
So you saw them carrying her out?
Yeah, I was in the car.
was that the plan, was to kill her too, though?
He was one kept like one.
Okay.
So when y'all got done at the house, where were you gonna go?
We were going to hang out there for at least the day. We were going to get the bodies in a room or something, maybe the attic. Clean up and then wait for the ammunition, go pick up the guns, and then we'll leave the next day.
Where were you gonna go?
Hearing the suspect describe the attack is gut-wrenching. The casual way they talk about stabbing their own sister, mother, and little brother, it's like they're recounting a video game, not real lives.
Was it shipped to the house?
The screams, the chaos, the blood, it's a nightmare no family should endure.
Did he have anything else like the
Yet,
gear that guys wear helmets or
there's a
goggles or
flicker of
gloves?
humanity when they mention standing frozen, overwhelmed. Were they truly committed, or swept up in their brother's madness? The law will judge, but the emotional toll on survivors is unimaginable.
I was right. The guys that are interviewing Robert, kind of gave me a quick version of what he's saying that you did, and you haven't told me everything, okay? So I know you're not being completely honest, and I gave you one shot already.
I'm sorry, I don't know what he might have said. I mean,
Well, you stabbed more than one person. So who else did you stab? Or you stabbed more than just one time?
oh, I stabbed Christopher one time.
How many times did you stab him?
I think twice.
Because you don't think we're gonna know that?
Stop
I know.
thinking and go with what you know.
You mentioned forensics a minute ago.
I know.
I mean, I'm just one of like hundreds of people that are gonna look at this thing, okay? I mean, we got the state police coming in. There's, I don't know, 20 different forensic detectives at your house right now.
They're gonna be there a long time because of the scene that it is.
So everybody that you killed and every single stab wound that you inflicted, we're gonna know about. And this is your last chance to just kind of let us know, to be honest, to man up and tell us exactly what you did and start making it right.
I hit Christopher. I did not stab Victoria with Daniel.
You did not stab
Yeah,
Victoria.
I tried to stab him.
You stabbed him off.
I got when she was walking away, I tried to go for her neck, but,
Is that when you cut yourself? Then?
yeah, I think after that.
Where did you stab her?
I tried to go from behind it, but
Did you cut her?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like something you have to think about. I know you're still kind of dealing with it. And I wasn't there, I wasn't the one doing it, but you don't have to think about it. You know what you did. So you cut her neck, you stabbed Christopher in the neck. How many times did you stab Christopher?
2 or 3, I think.
And who else did you stab?
Besides mom.
Because here's the thing, everybody's been stabbed, and you both had knives, and we know you both stabbed everybody. So you guys are kind of at the same level, and so now it's who's gonna be honest and make this right, and who's a liar, okay? Which one do you wanna be?
I'm not.
Okay, so you're a man of your word?
Yes.
Okay. Do you wanna make this right and do the right thing at this point in time?
Yes.
Okay. What else are you missing?
You wanna start over then?
I'm like,
You tell us where you need to start.
he stabbed. I didn't stab. I was stabbed through a window. So,
What about the crossbow?
crossbow, yeah. It was pulled back, like it didn't have a bolt to arrow or anything. I got fired and broke.
It broke.
Yeah, I never that's not what you say. It's broke. It's cheap.
So it was a broke before last night.
It broke and I tried to, the guy fired because I wasn't able to do anything, and yeah, I just need to uncock it. So I put it in the ground, yeah, I pulled the trigger and this thing,
And that was a while ago, or that was last night?
Well, that was last night.
Cause you were supposed to use it.
I was supposed to use it. It was cocked back. I wasn't going to use it, so I tried to, cock and look.
So nobody's gonna have any crossbow injuries.
No, they're not.
What about the big knife, the machete? Did that get used on somebody?
I think he might have used the idea. I think that's what he might have used to stab him in the chest.
And what about the surgical blade knife?
I think that's what someone's there with too. So yeah, I think he used all of them. I only used one knives, the green one.
You only used the green one, and you're sticking to that.
Yes.
And so, you only stabbed your family because they were in the way
Not,
towards the bigger plan?
well, the reason we was got kill family is, they were in the way and, higher count.
Just to start off with a big count.
So is this all a game? I mean, this higher count, I'm confused, is this a game?
It's, more like trying to become famous, trying to get, set a record.
Did you, now, because you said this yourself, you told Robert you killed 3.
Yep.
And so now we're stuck at the point where you've told us you stabbed Christopher and your mother. Is there one more person that you stabbed and you didn't mention earlier?
No.
Okay.
I can stick to my one that I ain't stabbed anybody else, but this one.
How do you feel about what you've done now?
I didn't like it the minute it started.
I mean, how do you feel about your mother? You watched her get stabbed, you cut her throat yourself, and you watched her bleed all over the place and scream. How does that make you feel?
Not.
Would you be willing to write us a statement, kind of explaining what we just talked about?
Yeah.
Kind of start at the beginning.
With
Like-
paper, I don't know if I can get that long.
Yeah, pen and paper is what I'm talking about. I got these forms that you can write on. You think you could do that for me?
Sure, like about what?
Well, what I would want you to kind of write down is basically what we talked about.
Okay,
Like kind of talking about the plans that you guys put together, the stuff that you got, that he bought for you, and then what you're gonna do, and then what happened last
yeah,
night.
like a little timeline.
Yeah, just basically like a timeline, kind of like your story, like almost you're writing it for a book or a magazine or something. Let me fill out some of this for you first.
So you think the first time he ever talked to you about killing people was how long ago?
First time we ever mentioned killing people, I don't know, it might have been 2013 to 2014.
Okay, so we can, so you're gonna put, it says I, the other sign, so you're gonna put your name right there for me, so go ahead and write your name there. And then it says and it wants to know how old you are in years.
Okay, like, interesting.
Yeah, that's good. And then it says, that's fine, we know. You were born on, so put your date of birth right here.
Okay, like,
However, it doesn't matter, however you want to do it.
And the guns were supposed to be picked up from where?
the Okinawa gun shop, it's down the other, about 7 miles.
And then
On Elm?
put your address there, and you can come to the next line if you need to, if you need room.
And what was the name of that website?
Bud's Gun Shop and the official Massacre website, I think. It's like,
Yeah, that's perfect. Let's see, so, I'll use this other pen too. So, put my name on here, so you know. Okay, so here's what it says. I've been duly warned and advised by Eric Vance, a person who has identified himself as a detective, that I do not have to make any statement at all, nor answer any questions or do anything that might go against me or incriminate me in any manner, and any statement I make can and will be used against me. I was also advised if I am not able to hire an attorney on my request and have an attorney appointed for me by the proper authority without cost or charge to me. I do not want to talk to an attorney, and I hereby knowingly and purposely waive my right to the advice and presence of an attorney before and during any questioning or at any time before or while I voluntarily make the following statement to the aforesaid person, knowing that anything I say can be used against me in the court or courts of law. I declare that the following voluntary statement is made to the aforesaid person of my own free will, without promise or hope of reward, without fear or threat of physical harm, without coercion, favor or offer of favor, without leniency by any person or persons whoever.
Well, this confession is a turning point. The suspect's regret feels raw, but is it genuine? Stabbing their own mother and brother, watching them suffer, it's hard to reconcile that with their calm demeanor. The detectives push for honesty exposes a crack in their story, a moment where they confront their actions. Legally, this admission seals their fate, but emotionally, it leaves us questioning. What broke in this young person to lead them here? Society, family, or something? Darker Within?